Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Will, and we are here with some more Spooderman. And we are 24% through our playthrough. So, apparently, over the last few months, this has been a thing, but I haven't really looked into it. The whole drama
I wonder what Fisk is hiding in his shipyard.
with pirate software and this Stop Killing My Games movement, which basically is a movement where it's like, if you buy a game, it should be playable offline or be like open. This is paraphrasing. This isn't exactly what it is, but it's like, if I invest money into a game, I should be able to play the game, even if they shut down servers and stuff. It should be like available for us to make our own servers and stuff.
Let's ask our first caller. You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
Hi, I think Mayor Osborne's doing a terrific job. He's cleaned the city up and expanded the economy.
With all due respect to the office of mayor, the police cleaned up the city, and entrepreneurs boosted the economy. I do approve of many of the mayor's initiatives, like cracking down on quality of life crimes and reducing red tape. But I think he takes credit for a lot of things other people do. He's ambitious, which is not a bad thing. But I always say, be careful of people with agendas. We used to have a vigilant press to keep politicians honest, but it's a shadow of its former self. Now all you've really got is me.
I love the J. Jonah Jameson stuff in this game. But anyway, that's what the gist is, and so far, I haven't really heard any game developers come out and talk about the whole Stop Killing My Games movement, other than Pirate Software, who has worked at Blizzard, who's worked at like big companies and also works at smaller companies and done like indie stuff as well. And people are just flaming him online over it, and I'm just like, I do not understand why. Because he had like some very valid criticism over it, and people are like fucking being like dicks about it, and like, I just don't understand why people are getting all butthurt over it. Because he says like, oh well, they're like not being, Jesus Christ. Because the vague gist of it is that the movement of Stop Killing My Games, like the actual mission statement, is like very vague and non-specific. And Pirate Software was just pointing out how it's like, it's stupid because it's vague and non-specific, and there's like plenty of loopholes that people could like do that would hurt smaller games. And everyone's all like, oh well, you're just defending large game companies because you work at Blizzard, and just like, it's so fucking stupid. Where it's like, oh, kind of like how people don't like AI, and then people realize, oh, we can make money off of posting a shitload of shitty content that's all AI based on like every platform. So then a bunch of people do that, and now fucking all social media is flooded with shitty AI content. It's like, yeah, it's like that, where fucking people want this thing, and then they don't even realize how this would hurt other people, and then it's just like, oh no, but I can make money off of it. It's like, yeah, that's the problem, that's the point. Like, if a small indie developer gets review bombed by someone else, and then they shut down their game, and then they follow, like, it's not even like really rules, it's just more of like a code of conduct almost, of just like releasing the game for free or whatever, or not releasing the game for free, but like releasing the assets and the code and stuff. Someone could just take it and then re-release it under like their own brand. Like, that could be a massive issue that Stop Killing My Games doesn't really address. And then people were like, oh well, that's a thing that we need to like do the specifics later. It's like, no, you should do the specifics now, because if this becomes a very real movement, whatever it says is the thing that it's going to do. And if it doesn't say, like, there's protections there for like the game creators, then it's like bad. But a lot of people are like, yeah, but those are only for like large corporations. It's like, no, this could also be taken and used against small indie games as well. That's like kind of the massive problem with it too. That like people keep seeing it as like, oh well, large corporations would be able to like doesn't want to do this. It's like, yeah, but also indie games would also be affected negatively by this as well, possibly. But everyone just keeps saying if you're defending it, you're defending large corporations, but it's like, that's half the conversation. Small indie games would also, could easily get fucked over by it as well.
Listen up.
Crazy.
Demons are making moves on all our caches. Lost 2 tonight already. Boss may be in lockup, but that don't mean his hardware's up for grabs.
Com check, Eagle 2, you up?
Eagle 2 reporting in. Eyes on.
Eagle 2.
What caches are the demons after? Need to take out Fisk's men and figure out
Dude,
what they're
I
targeting.
so
Whatever it is, I don't want it in Fisk's or
vividly
Demons'
remember
hands.
this level.
Snipers everywhere. I need to deal with them first. A lot of junk scattered around here. A well-placed web shot could make a great distraction.
But anyway, the point
That sniper has a guard watching him. May need to divide and conquer.
of Stop Killing My Games is so that like if a game is like online or has online components, like it requires a server, it should be, and you like buy the game, invest money in the game, it should be in a state where when the servers get shut down, people should be able to make their own servers. It's like, okay, that part, good. But I'm not a game developer by any means, and when a game developer tells me like that takes like a lot of time and effort to do, because sometimes games are built from the ground up to use the functionality of like netcode and like all these other aspects that as a gamer I don't even know about. Like I know there's coding, there's netcode, there's like stuff for like pinging with servers and stuff like that. I don't know the minutia of it, but so far I have only heard, the only game developer I have heard that has worked on both big and small games come out to talk about this is Pirate Software, and that's it. Other people that have come out have only done small indie titles that don't even use like servers to run their game. So it's like, those people are good. Those people like don't need to worry about it. And yes, large corporations mostly would be affected by this. So defending, like not doing it, I can see why some people would be like, oh, well, you're defending large corporations because they're basically the only ones that make large games that use servers. But there are still indie games and smaller game companies that do use servers in ways that you might not even think about. And it's just like, it's the thing where it's like, I don't make games, and the people that I have heard that do make games say, oh, this isn't like written well, or this is too vague and non-specific. Like large corporations could take this and abuse it towards smaller game companies, but people aren't thinking of that because they're thinking, I'm the consumer, I want large corporations to do this, rather than thinking, oh, but if you're doing that for the consumer, that also means the corporations can also use it and exploit it for smaller companies as well. But people are just like, I don't know why. People are just like, so like, if you're not with us, you're against us, and you're for large corporations or whatever, where it's like, but large corporations could use this to fucking manipulate smaller game devs. That's the thing that I'm not understanding when people are arguing for it, where it's like, no, it needs to be better written, it needs to be like redrafted. The base concept's good, but the base concept needs to evolve and change. Because if the base concept doesn't, like, if the like rules or whatever that they're trying to like pass or like get implemented just stay how they are, other people will be able to manipulate them.
No, sleep it off.
And personally, that's how I view like what Pirate Software said. It's like this needs to be better written because it's too vague and non-specific, and it also hurts game development as well and limits it in a way that it doesn't need to be limited. Like, should things like Paragon was a game that came out. It was trying to be like a third-person MOBA, except it failed. It went under, and then they just released all the assets online for free. And I think someone else took it and coded it and like actually like re-released the game basically, which is cool. But, like, that's the problem. That could happen to smaller game companies as well that, like, couldn't afford to do that. Plus, the people that actually put in time and effort, like the artists that make the models and stuff, they don't get residuals from that. From another person using their creation. That's also another thing as well. The artists that are making these things, how do they get impacted on it as well? But again, everyone is exclusively seen as large corporations versus the people that are buying it, and like completely skipping over indie titles, as well as the actual artists in the corporations that are making this and making those things. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like people are just being way too fucking, but this is what I want. And I don't care what the guy making the thing says. I want it my way. And it's like, bitch, this isn't Burger King. So I don't know. Maybe I need to hear more from both sides, but it's like, it feels like literally the only one that's like, yeah, this kind of sucks and it needs to be rewritten is Pirate Software. And everyone else is just gamers that have never made a game in their life. And it's like, I've never made a game in my life, but I'm aware that coding and like having servers and shit is fucking complex, and some games build their entire architecture around having access to servers. Like Genshin Impact, for example. Do you know how insanely large Genshin Impact would be if it was just like a file downloaded onto your game console? That would never run on a fucking phone. Because it requires you to be hooked to the internet and hooked to a server to get like a bunch of like code and a bunch of like assets. But yeah, my rant on that over. Okay, we got the magnet. The magnet's over to that. How do I access the magnet? Very clearly a way to do something with it. Everyone's like underground now.
No sign of him. Must be Spider-Man. Go to alert.
Okay, you down. Okay, you down. But yeah, that's my stop killing games. Like, I like what the movement is saying, and like I like what the movement is trying to do, but I'm on Pirate Software side where it's like it needs to be like more thoroughly written. Like, you're trying to make a fucking, ultimately it's supposed to be like an ethical thing where it's like, this is a practice that should be done by game companies that isn't. It's not like trying to pass a full-on law saying you have to do this. But ultimately, I don't know like what the end goal is for it, if they are 100% trying to like make this like a full-on law where game companies have to do this. But again, I don't code, I don't make games. But I can 100% see how this would 100% hinder creation of games, because all of a sudden you have to like make 2 versions of the code, or you have to completely rethink how you do the entire architecture of your game, because now the way that you were going to do it just won't work, because you have to make it so that it would work without servers or something. Like, I definitely get that part. So it's like, but again, I don't see why people are just so like up their own ass about it, of like, well, this is what I want. It's like, cool. That's not feasible for some games. And people are taking that as a defend of like large corporations, when it's like, no, it's literally like, you could not make this game if you did not have like these code for servers. Plus, that's not even talking about like, some games have code in them that the companies making the game don't even own. There's like netcode and shit that is owned by other companies that they lease out for their game and stuff like that. Oh, fuck. Damn it! Alright, well, fucking whatever. Oh, I fucked that up. god, I'm so not... But yeah, I just feel like this has like a few different components to it that people aren't really thinking about. It's like ultimately, it's giving the whole, I'm a straight white man with no medical degree. Of course I should pass laws that affect other people's bodily autonomy and what they can and can't do with their doctors. It's giving that. Where it's like, bro, you don't make games, you don't know anything about coding or any of this stuff. Maybe you should listen to, like, the one guy I know of that has actually made games on both big and small scale on what this thing needs to change.
You know we can't have vigilantes trespassing or doing illegal searches.
Yeah, I know.
Which is why I brought a warrant. So what do you say we do some perfectly legal searching?
I like the sound of that. What's your name?
Officer Davis. Call me Jeff. And you are?
Uterman?
Just messing with you. My son's a big fan.
So, that warrant cover breaking down doors?
Not without a lot of extra paperwork.
Okay. I'll find another way in. Any place this rundown should have a hole in the wall or a broken window.
Check around back. I'd go myself, but you know, not Spider-Man.
It's also giving the whole, like, I want communism implemented in every aspect, in every way of every part of my life. And if you can't do it all at once right now, why even bother try to do baby steps? It's giving that, where it's like you want the thing completely and fully done in one thing, instead of it like, no, this needs to be worked on, and this needs to be, like, revised and shit. And you also need to take into account how people can manipulate and abuse the shit out of it. Because ultimately, that's where I see Pirate Software coming from, and why he's been massively critiquing it, because there are a bunch of ways people can abuse the hell out of this, and it's not taken into account for that. But people are all like, but if you're not for it, then you're against it, and it's like, dude, you can be for the core concept, but if you're making this a full-on movement, you need to revise it a lot more to make sure that people that are making these games, and I'm not talking corporations, I'm talking about the artists making these games, have their own protections in place and don't get fucked over. That's like... But yeah, I'm sorry I'm going off on this. It's just like, this has been coming up a lot recently, and it's just been blowing my mind how many people are just like fully for this. But it's just like, I'm on Pirate Software's side, and this is coming from someone who's never made a game before. But it's like, yeah, it's someone who makes art and shit. If someone was all like, oh, that's great, cool, completely redo it in a completely different way, which will make the game completely unusable now. Thanks. By the way, I will also be able to take it and basically take credit for it when I end up stealing this and then republishing it, because the thing that you are fighting for doesn't specifically keep that from happening, which is also another massive issue. What the fuck? That's it. Oh my god. Okay. I was hitting the wrong button for Spider Sense. How do we get inside? I thought it was around the back. Is it on the roof? Oh, it is on... It's the skylight. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a behind door or something. Or a secret passage. But yeah. Because here's the thing. Core concept, good. But if you're trying to make it a full-blown movement, it needs to be well-outlined do's and don'ts and stuff. Because there's no point in getting this to be a movement, getting it passed, and then fixing it after it becomes a thing.
Any fisherman with a grudge and a hook for a hand? Okay, where's that locked door?
Because here's the thing. Once it becomes a thing, the people that will benefit from all the loopholes will fight like hell to keep those loopholes in. That's also another massive issue. Because, yeah, like I said, it would hurt indie developers and stuff like that. Because then, okay, say... this is a for instance. I don't know the exact in and outs of all of this. But, like, say, once the game is out and it gets shut down, you just release the assets or the code or whatever for free.
Really? That hat seemed pretty
Say a
warm.
large corporation finds a really good game, but it's small and niche and nobody really knows about it. They review bomb the hell out of it until it gets shut down. And the person then releases that code and assets. The large corporation will then take those code and assets, do some minor changes to it, and then release it as their own game. Whether they charge for it or just make it free. If they make it free, then they make a sequel to it, which is their own spin on the game. But it's basically taking the IP that was someone else's and making it their own. And then making a sequel to it that they can then benefit from. And if that's allowed within the confines of the first draft of this, and the first draft is what gets passed, then it's like, okay, now we're going to try to revise it. Well, then the large corporations that benefit off of the first draft will be like, no, we're going to keep it exactly how it is. You guys wanted this stuff to be free and available, so now it is. But now large corporations are taking massive advantage over smaller creators and exploiting the hell out of them by stealing their content and repackaging it as their own. And so they would fight tooth and nail to keep the original version of it to make sure it wouldn't continue.
I'm doing my best to refrain from knock-knock jokes.
Appreciate it. See a junction box powering the door?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, got it.
If we can overload it, that should force the door open.
Smart, but I don't have anything that packs enough current.
Try this.
Stun gun, genius. Capacitors in this are just what I need for an upgrade I've been thinking of.
Gunshot. So yeah, that's kind of that's, for me personally, the impetus behind the whole stop killing my games movement. It's just like making things available for you to play after servers and whatnot are shut down. But also, there are so many ways large corporations could do that to manipulate smaller companies, or how other indie developers could screw over other indie developers as well. But none of that's really taken into account for, because that's the whole, oh well, we could do that later. It's like, but that's the problem. When you pass something and it becomes a legal thing, changing it will then be not only fighting it to become law, you're fighting all the people that benefit from it. Like, social media is never going to ban AI slop because they benefit from people posting AI slop on their platform. I've never really used the spider bot. So that's where I'm coming from, where it's like, no, you need to revise this, you need to fix this up, and it needs to be way better. For concept, yes, I agree with, but it has to be fixed now before it becomes a full-blown movement, because if it does, then it might be too late to try to go back and fix it. That's where I'm coming from on it. Where it's like, I think people that make it should be, like, you know, credited. Large corporations should not be able to take advantage of this. Other developers, I don't know, should not be able to, like, republish it. And even, like I said, even if developers take the code or the assets and then republish it under their own, they should not be able to make money off of it. But the problem is, they could release it for free. People could play it then to a larger fan base because it's a larger company releasing it, and realize, oh, this game's really fun, I really like this. And then they make the sequel to it, which then they would completely own, and then release that and make money off of the sequel. So even if the first game they don't make money off of, they'll get like that brand recognition off of the idea that an indie developer made.
A gadget
right?
man, huh? You remind me of my son. Started taking apart the TV when he was 5. Now he's unlocking his friends' phones.
Sounds
To be
like
fair,
you could teach
unlocking
me a
phones
few
isn't
things.
super complicated,
Okay.
technically.
Nothing illegal in plain sight?
Kinda anticlimactic, huh?
At first glance. Let's look closer.
Looking for something specific?
This yard's been here a long time. Bootleggers used to use it back in the day.
Gotcha. Those guys love their hidden rooms.
Check it out. Sound hollow to you? I got a hidden panel, like the one on the door. The conduits lead out the back. Look for another junction box.
Let's see if my mask lenses can pick up the conduits.
Yeah, we're using Spidey sense a lot in here. I don't know. Okay. I have mixed feelings about games that use like this detective vision stuff, where it's just like, I don't know. Part of me wishes that there was a way to make it easier just to see it naturally. But whenever they do that, it's like, here's a bright yellow pipe that's super bright and yellow. That's super obvious. Or it's like giant white, like skid mark over on this place that you're very clearly supposed to climb. But I don't know. Detective Vision obviously makes it super easy. I wish it was a thing you could turn on and off. Like, if you needed it, you could turn it on. I don't think it should be a default thing. Like an accessibility kind of thing.
Nah, must not be the right box. Keep looking.
Oh, wait, no, that's round. Okay. Okay. Haven't played this in a week. I need to remember. There we go.
Thanks. No way I could have unlocked this myself.
Hey, I doubt I would have found it without you. We got a big fat nothing.
Well, there's one secret room. There could be more. Notice anything about the floor?
Aha. They can hide the doors, but not the scrapes they leave.
Keep an eye out for more of those.
Yeah, it's weird that video games can do like a lot more detail now. But with that detail, a lot of stuff that used to be like obvious and pronounced now just kind of falls into the background as like, oh, that's just a lot of detail or like realism. It's like, yeah, how do you
Now
do?
that I know I'm after scrapes, I should take another look around.
Like, could this be more subtle? Yes. But then would it blend in too much with the asphalt? Yes, technically.
Where else could there be scrapes?
Look for out-of-place scrapes on any surface. Floors, walls.
Found you. Yeah.
Gotta check all the walls and floors for scrapes.
See, I'd say that's like, I think that's a good amount of pronounce. It's not like giant white streaks, but it's still like a hefty chunk.
Pay dirt. Scrape, no door. None I can see anyway.
Oh.
Great. Be right there. Maybe not. Elevator's busted.
Sit tight. I'll pull you up.
Oh yeah, and also another crazy thing, Pirate Software's made an indie game, made sure everything is accessible for everyone. And like, again, he's got a track record of making super accessible games for everyone.
Help with the elevator.
And he has this take that some people view as like pro, like large corporations, and then they immediately are just like, oh, fuck this guy. It's like, really?
Careful, the bridge is out.
I got this one.
He makes indie games that can work, that do not require online to work, and specifically made them that
Stuck
way.
the landing and everything.
We're not all donut eaters.
And still,
Fair enough.
it's just crazy when
Another
people do
secret
this
door.
kind of stupid
I'll
shit
ring the
online.
lock. Let me know if you find the junction box.
Yep, on it.
Where it's like, it doesn't matter what your past work is. Even if it's years of like doing indie game development, showing that like, oh yeah, you want to allow everyone to get access to this.
He's my great white whale. Nailed it.
Hell yeah, you did.
Hey, check this out.
Nothing. I'm starting to feel like this is Fisk's way of messing with me.
But look at the walls. They kept guns here. They wouldn't have moved them to the front door. Gotta be a passageway we're missing. Check out the wall. This might control access to another area.
Fisk's men were talking about a vault. Maybe we're close.
Bet on it. Looks like a dual circuit. See if you can find a second junction box.
I don't even remember doing a lot of this in Spider-Man. Was this like a one and done thing? But yeah, I really want to hear about what other game developers have to say about this.
Where would I be?
Because again, like literally the only game developer I hear talk about this is Thor.
Found it.
But again, most companies that use a lot of like servers and code that can only be used like online and stuff, those are usually large corporations, and usually they don't want their employees talking about this kind of stuff. So it's like it's hard to get people to talk about this or like how this would functionally go into effect or work.
Clear.
Because large corporations that do this very frequently don't want their employees talking about it. But there are still some smaller indie titles that do use this kind of stuff.
Outstanding. Think you can help me out? This thing's heavy.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the... It's been like... Oh my god, it's been 30 minutes. It's been a 30-minute rant.
1, 2, 3.
We lifted that by ourselves.
Well,
We
that
just
isn't
pretended to
spooky
like...
at all.
Probably an old bootlegger's tunnel.
And it looks like no one's cleaned it since Al Capone.
And it kind of blows my mind there's not as many mob games as you'd think there'd be. Like Mafia.
Big chunk of concrete in the way. I can't get through.
Let me see how it looks from the top.
Like, it's crazy. Like, there's Mafia, and that's kind of it. There's, like, not that many mob games, especially ones that took place around liquor booting times.
Got room to maneuver here. Hang on.
I'm blocked. Anything you can do?
What was that?
Subway, maybe. Let's hustle. Place is unstable.
Okay, that definitely wasn't a subway.
No. Sounded like explosives.
And that sounds like demons.
The vault! Hurry!
Now, I was saying, I thought I could go onto the ceiling. There's so much functionality with the webs and mobility in this game, it's awesome.
Damn. Demons are already gone. How'd they beat us here?
Must be a back door. See if you can find it.
Maybe it's this door.
This place is one hell of an armory. Or was.
There. They blew the locks to get in. Shh. Demons. Stay here.
Hell no. It'll take both of us to stop them. And some of these. They're moving.
Let's hope they're flashbangs.
Get 'em!
Find cover.
Yeah, I'm so rusty when it comes to fighting. Yeah, I need to... Crap!
Now you're just showing off.
Dang it, I keep thinking this is on the directional pad.
I'm a little impressed.
Keep walking.
Thanks. I needed that. Your timing is impeccable.
Firing! Stay clear!
See? I've got friends too.
Got him!
Incoming! He's down!
Can't remember how to rip it out of their guns out of their hands. I'm destroying this guy's car.
Tossing a smoke grenade! Got him!
Selma! Boy, stop!
Yeah. And also another aspect that was brought up is that when you make a game with online features, sometimes it has to have online features. Like, it can't be a actual functional game if it is made to not have online features. For example, Genshin Impact. There is no fucking way you'd be able to play that game on your phone if it didn't have, like, certain online features or, like, fetch features where it fetches, like, certain code or certain game elements on a active server. Like,
Spider-Man! You demon stragglers at the yard! I'm held up! How you looking?
Not much better. These guys are all over the road. They'll kill someone if I can't stop
crap,
them.
I'm trying to remember how to do...
But you might be on your own!
Stay safe, Jeff. Don't do anything crazy.
Yeah. Eh. Can't remember how to throw...
This keeps up bystanders.
There we go.
get shot. I gotta get in close. Hey guys, room for one more? Here's your stuff.
That one was super dangerous. Thank God it's all triangle, or it's all square. Jesus Christ, I know shapes. But yeah, there are some games where it's just like, you need to be able to have access to the internet. And that's another part of this whole stop killing my games thing. Is that they don't want games where they have to be attached to the internet. And it's like, okay, understand.
Now the 3 decides to run on time.
Holy sh... That's understandable for people that are buying the game, but when it comes to making the game, sometimes that's just... You can't make the game you want to make if that's a limitation that you have. And for a lot of things, it doesn't have to be a limitation. But if you implement these new, like, regulations, then would have to be. Which would stifle game creation in some ways. And to be fair, there are plenty of games that benefited from having limitations. Like, so many, like, Nintendo and PlayStation games have interesting and cool game design because they had a limited format that they could work with.
We've now identified the officer as Jefferson Davis. We're being told he has minor injuries and is expected to make a full recovery.
But honestly, at this point, people self-impose limitations on themselves all the time.
More than you. After that auction house thing, the Bugle put me on the city beat, which means I get to focus full-time on real stories like this. And the demons.
You know the closer you get to them, the more you become a target, right?
The closer I get, the better chance we have to stop them.
You're not the superhero here, bud.
We?
Officer Davis, Mary Jane Watson, Daily Bugle.
No comment.
I don't blame you. But these guys are gonna tell their story with or without you, and they thrive on controversy.
So what's your angle?
I don't have one. I just listen.
Okay. Up in.
She's good.
Nice.
Man, I'm beat. Time to head home and get some sleep.
Level. Has anyone made a timeline for this game? Like, did this all take place in one day? Like, it can't be. We fought Shocker like 2 times. Honestly, I think we fought Shocker like the 2 times we fought Shocker, they were too close together. I think they should have like had a little bit more mission before coming back around to fighting him again. All right, fast travel home, which is a feature I forget is even in this game because nope, this might be the only game I've ever played where I do not use fast travel. Like when it's an option. Because mobility around the map is so goddamn fun. There are so few games where that is true. where just moving around feels way better than it is just fast traveling to the point. But yeah, honestly, even today, there are plenty of game developers, indie game developers,
All units. We're
that are
receiving reports of an
that
armored
put
car
like
robbery.
not
Officers
self-restraint,
needed to
but
be
like
village.
put their own limits on themselves. Like before, it was people that would make pixel games. Now they're starting to make like PlayStation graphic style games, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because a lot of them are like more horror themed. I'm like, this would be cooler if it was more like realistic or more stylized rather than just being a PlayStation. But yeah, having self-imposed limitations is cool, but when it's forced onto you, it can breed creativity as well. But again, it's like, it doesn't have to be, though. It's putting a limit on, not because it's a limit that is there because of the limitation of the software. It's a limit that's put there because of this new law. Which I don't really fully support that either. That's like saying, okay, you can make paintings, but now you can only use 3 colors because it's more, I don't know, better for our environment or some bullshit thing like that. Where it's like, okay, well, you're just artificially limiting us when we don't have to be limited. Even though, like, the reasons you're limiting us is a good thing, ultimately, it's like, it's a creative work. People that are working on this are creative and they want to express their work their own way. Even though this is all mostly aimed at large corporations, indie developers will still be affected by this in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So far, I just want to know what more game developers have to say. And not just indie developers, because a lot of indie developers are like, here is my one small game. It does not require the internet. It's just one thing. It's like, obviously, they'll have like a, yeah, let's do this kind of thing about it. But then larger corporations would be against it because they're mostly the ones that make those. Sorry, I feel like I'm going into a loop now. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the things need to be better written and betterly outlined before it gets pushed forward fully. So I'm not against it. I just think it should be like have more protections and better outlined. That's my position on it. Or have like a sticker, have like some sort of warning saying like, we are not part of this program, and if the server shut down, that's it. So it will be like a program where people can opt into or opt out of. So it's like, you'll know if the server's ever shut down, that's the end of this game. Or if the server's shut down, you will have access because of indie people being able to get their hands on it and put up servers for it.
Hang on. Uh, 64476.
That's Route 33. Truck's already left its shift. If your stuff's not there, you're out of luck.
Wait, please. This is important. Can you at least tell me where the truck is?
Let me check. Alright. Looks like it should be at the municipal garage at Bowery and Grand.
Got it. Thanks, Eddie. Municipal garage, Bowery and Grand. Not a problem. I don't care if I lose everything else, but I have to find my Spidey drive. Can't be that hard. Finding a tiny flash drive in a 30-ton garbage truck. I have years of research on that drive. Everything I've worked on since high school.
You'd probably have it on more than one drive, bud. Boom. Oh. This game. I honestly don't think I've ever played a game that with better feeling traversal than this game. I can't wait to play the second one. Because it only gets better, I'm assuming.
People stealing garbage. Maybe there's another way in.
Ah, Ben. Rhino.
It's not really breaking and entering if I don't break anything, right? Okay, no need to panic. Maybe they haven't dumped the trash yet. Nada. Okay, time to panic.
Empire Sanitation, this is Eddie.
Sorry, is there any chance the truck wasn't at the garage?
Sure, I guess. Just means it'd be somewhere in West Chinatown.
Great. I'm headed there now.
Hey, it's a long shot, but sometimes the guys stop for pizza before they drop off.
Really? I'll check out the pizza shops. Any idea which one?
One of the mom and pop joints, I think.
Jerry's?
No, that's uptown.
I mean original Jerry's.
Oh, right. No, started with an L, I think.
Larry's?
That's on the east side.
Leo's.
Leo's, yeah.
Wait, I think I see the trucks. Thanks, Eddie. Should be some trucks close by.
Didn't he question, like, wait, you were just like a few blocks away. How the hell are you there? No, there's just something about Kingpin in this game that just does not sell it for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a realistic, like, fat man. Well, not fat man, but like a bigger bulk
stuff's
man
not
with
here. There has to be another truck around here.
the... Oh, literally went right past it.
No sign of my stuff. What an interesting smell. Eddie, you're my only hope.
Not there either, huh?
You sure they were around here?
Well, the guys might have switched routes due to the upcoming Osborne rally. If your pickup was on Route 35, they'd be dropping off at the incinerator right now.
Incinerator?
Over by Manhattan Bridge. Better hustle.
Yeah. But why would they switch routes due to that, though?
There's the incinerator. Hope I'm not too late. Uh-oh, looks like trouble.
I can never do it. I can never do a full punch up and pull down when there's other guys around. Who the hell robs the sanitation workers?
Spider-Man.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks. This gang's been terrorizing the whole neighborhood the last couple of days. There's probably more of them on the way.
I'll keep an eye out. Hey, mind if I look around for some personal items?
Sure, have at it. I gotta go file an incident report.
There's something there. Gotta move these bags out of the way. I think that's it.
Get out of here, garbage.
Please be here, please be here. Yes!
Take the whole bag, bro.
Hope it still works. Phew, looks like everything's here. Hey, look, an old gadget prototype. Looks kind of awesome. Why didn't I ever finish it? I think I can make this work.
And honestly, recently I've been getting into some science videos on YouTube where people are just like making a lot of really cool shit with like 3D printers and stuff. I need to look up to see if anyone's made like AR lenses, like if they're trying to make the spider suit and did the full like AR lenses in the suit. I don't even know how that would work. It's kind of like Google Glass, I guess, type situation. Maybe.
Got it.
Look, it's that guy. He's Spider-Man.
Uh-oh.
Ice him.
That guy who thinks he's Spider-Man. That... Anyone else?
Okay, well, this night isn't quite going as planned.
What the hell is happening
Where
here?
am I gonna sleep? Guess I could try MJ's.
No. Maybe question why there are masked men trying a lot of masked men trying to rob this place, or I don't know, do some sort of shenanigans here. That's not weird to you? Why was the garbage man being accosted? Why was there a large group of more masked men that followed up?
Alright, how am I gonna talk my way onto MJ's couch? Let's see. Hi MJ, it's Peter. Any chance I could stay over? Oh, that's too far. MJ! I was just in the neighborhood and... Oh, that's lame. Hey MJ, now that we're talking again, I thought maybe... Okay, that just sounds pathetic. Why am I making this such a big deal? We're just friends,
Be
right?
like, hey, I
Friends
need a
crash on each
favor.
other's couches all the time. It's not weird or anything. It's just a couch. MJ's couch. Oh, what am I thinking? Just got a web alert. Huh. Looks like MJ's story just got published. I think I'll find somewhere else to stay. She's probably busy with work. I wish Harry was in town. I could crash with him. Huh. Someone left me a voicemail. Number's blocked, though.
Hey there, Spider. Long time no see. Miss me? Come to this address. Catch me if you can.
Uh-oh. I think I know that voice.
If I remember correctly, it's Felicia Hardy, I think? This Black Cat? Thank you. What a dick.
All units advised, a vehicle pursuit is in progress. Need immediate response at Union Square.
A lot of these photos are pretty ugly.
Let's discuss the costume lunatic who just literally destroyed a bank. Wait, you think I'm talking about Herman Schultz? Oh, no. I meant Spider-Man. Look, Schultz is a career criminal. Obviously disturbed. I mean, he calls himself the Shocker. So I don't expect him to act like a sane person. But Spider-Man claims to be a hero. Well, tell that to the bank employees who are out of a job. The customers who had irreplaceable family heirlooms in the safe deposit boxes. Couldn't he have waited until Schultz was, I don't know, outside to start the fight? Of course, then he would have probably wrecked several people's cars. Because Spider-Man views our city as his playground and your property as his toys. And he just loves smashing his
Dude,
toys together.
you'd bitch if he did it out on the streets anyway. He destroyed all these storefronts. What does he think? Oh, fuck off, Jameson. Dude, I love Jameson so much. Give me pictures of Spider-Man. I need to work on my Jameson. Okay. We need to take a quick stop and do some levelies. Leveling up. Wrong button. I really do not remember ever using the spider bot. Okay, we got 2 points. 2 points! Just 2 points. Okay, this. Yes. Being able to slingshot the rockets back, hella important. Okay, it's whole. Okay. I forgot when we were fighting guys with guns, I was forgetting how to do this. I thought it was one of the triggers. But no. Dude, so many features are just hold triangle. I both love it and hate it. Like, it never gets in the way. Like, you never accidentally fumble on, like, pulling a guy's gun out because you're gonna want to do it no matter what.
Hello, Spider. Been thinking about you a lot lately. We were good together, weren't we? Maybe it's time to reignite the flame.
Black Cat. Don't tell me she's scoping out places to rob. She promised she would give up that life. What was she looking at? Anything look out of place? She wants me to find
Hello?
something.
It's not...
I need to look harder.
Oh, there.
There.
We've got a whole product brand. Cute cat figurines that she sells, as well as a spray.
I should take a picture. One of her cats. She packs those with range extenders, then harvests nearby RFID signals. I'll let Yuri know to pick it up. Felicia's too smart to be putting herself at risk like this. She must be desperate for some reason. Better keep an eye out.
Alright, let's go. Let's go all the way down to the south side. And get...
Hey Yuri, you still have Black Cat's suit and equipment in the evidence lockup, right?
I think so. Why? Is she back at it?
Maybe. Just double check and let me know if her gear is still there.
Will do.
Hey May, you're calling late. What's up?
I thought we were gonna meet up for dinner tonight.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's been a hard day. We lost funding at the lab.
Oh, Peter, I'm sorry.
I also kind of got evicted from my apartment.
What? Do you have a place to stay tonight?
Actually, no. Not really. I hate to ask, but any chance you have room at the shelter?
Of course. Feel free to use the couch in my office.
Thanks, May.
I love that. The double building whip full slingshot move that he just did.
Services is en route.
Here we go. So many glowy points. I can't remember. In the second game, I think maybe... Can you go all the way out to Statue of Liberty?
The infamous dumpling recipe. Should have come with step 10. Try not to burn everything in MJ's apartment.
Alright, we're gonna do a station. And I really hope that they don't have us unlock the map in the second game. Because I feel like unlocking the map is just an extra step that you really don't need in a lot of modern games. Or no, you do. But when it comes to Spider-Man, I don't think you do. Because it's like, He's lived his whole life here. He should know this. But to be fair, like, they give you like a total crap reason of just like, oh, you have to fix these police antenna things. It's like, okay. For the first game, fine. But I hope in the second one, they're like, they're down again. It's like, oh, son of a... What are we paying you for?
Hey, Pete. This station's one of my pet projects. I always thought the cellular network was vulnerable to terrorist attacks, so I set this up to monitor it. Can you do me a favor? Look for anything suspicious. Uh-oh. It's not terrorists, but there's a glitch in the system that's causing interference. And if I don't fix it, it'll bring the whole network down. Right now, it's only affecting the most sensitive equipment, like mine. I need to stay outside the areas of interference while I fix the cell towers. There. I set my lenses to show me the danger zones.
Danger zone.
Gotta fix the cell towers before the whole city's comms go down. The size of the problem area fluctuates. I need to be ready for a sudden change.
This is cool. Have limited height that you have to be at.
I need to fix 3 more to solve the problem. Bet I can use those helicopters to swing. So much depends on cellular networks now. A crash would affect police, hospitals. It'd be as bad as a blackout. Gotta hurry. Soon the whole system's gonna go.
Oh my god, it feels so precise.
Got it. The job's only halfway done.
And there's an alarming amount of helicopters in this area.
Oh man, I wish there was a way to fix this for everyone except people who use their phones in movie theaters. The problem's getting worse. I'm running out of time. Invisible walls closing in. I feel like a mime. Got that one fixed. Bought me some time, but I can't slow down. Can't waste a second. Getting to be a tight squeeze.
You're at... What the frick? What's the height? I couldn't tell. What? Did it come up or go down? Yeah, I couldn't tell what the hell was going on there.
Bam! Now New Yorkers can share their domestic disputes on the subway again.
Awesome.
And emergency services are safe, which is, also important. If the network had crashed, it would have cost Oscorp a bundle to fix their comms. They'll want to keep this station up and running. Harry's project should be safe. Excuse me, pardon me. And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
You speak English?
Alright, we'll go get this backpack, and then we'll get the black cat near it. And I said I wasn't gonna do all the side stuff, but it's just like, I can't help it. It builds out the backpacks really build out the universe.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I thought the gun grab was similar to that. Oh, the other guy's already down. Oh. I hope in the next game the storefronts are a bit better.
Gotta be a special kind of crazy to rob a storefront in the city Spider-Man protects. Gotta split before the cops get here. Never know how they'll react to me.
Because, like, when you do that mission, what you'll notice is, like, the store is always, like, here's a basic square. It's never really unique insides too much other than basic square counter. So I wonder if they're going to make those a little more fleshed out and a little more, like, individualized in the next game. Around.
Superheroing doesn't leave much...
Sorry.
Superheroing doesn't leave much time for good hygiene. Gotta get it where I can. Another camera. Gotta be Black Cat.
Are you jealous I'm visiting my other man? I hope so. But you should know bad boys aren't my type.
Zoom in.
Aha. Why are you doing this, Felicia? You know I'm gonna catch you.
Alright, then there's the construction company thing, construction site. We're not going to deal with those really much. Just because they take actually quite a bit of time to do.
All units, officers are engaged in a shootout with demons. All units, there's a vehicle pursuit in progress. Incident is active in Park City. Over.
People know my parents died in a plane crash, but I still can't tell anyone they were government agents. Wish I knew more about them. I wish anyone did.
Oh yeah, so... they're going government agents. I don't know, is that still like a canon thing? Where it's like... sometimes they're scientists, other times they're government agents, although a lot of the times it's like they're SHIELD. They were actually SHIELD agents. And I don't know what the current canon is. Like, they don't really change the canon that much in Marvel, because, like, you know, whatever happened, happened.
Nothing like an RPG to wake you up.
Why are there so many RPGs on this tiny-ass roof? There's 3 RPGs for this tiny-ass roof. Nope, nope. Ooh. My God. Oh my God. There's like 10 dudes on that small ass roof. Like 4 RPGs flying about and like 2 shield dudes just like slamming and doing explosions. God damn. That was not good for us. Holy shit. Yeah, I am not combating well today. Holy shit. Not in the flow state. Wait, hold on. There's a blue thing here. Wait, what?
hacking into our crime system towers.
Wasn't me. I mean, what towers?
I don't mind. In fact, I need your help. I think someone's jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look? If you help, I promise I won't tell anyone you're hacking us.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure. The jammers emit a signal I can detect. Just need to swing through the financial district and hunt for a signal. Found a signal. Just need to follow it.
Oh, it's
The closer I am to the jammer, the stronger the signal gets.
rooftop. We gotcha. The tallest building around.
Fisk's men. This is my shocked face.
He's dead.
Gotta take out the jamming device. Shoddy workmanship.
I already see where the next one is.
I just took out a jamming device. That do anything?
No, but like I said, there's probably a bunch of them.
Makes sense. I'll track him down. I wonder if Fisk's men had anything to do with the system going down in the first place. Aw, they had a jamming party and didn't invite.
Spider-Man! Everyone down! You're gonna have a bad day.
My life.
Come on!
Okay, nope, it was the guns in this game that were a massive problem. What the frick? Flip forward. This building is just like keeps. Shit. Okay, I was hitting the wrong one. I do not know what determines how much health we get back.
Nice. I'm invisible again.
I got Spider-Man! Damn it! He must have snuck in! Stand by.
Maybe not.
Rush him! I'll get him for you. You're gonna have a bet.
Just need to get rid of the
Just
jammer.
web everything. Just unload your webbing on everything.
Gotta smash the jammer.
Spider sploosh.
Sometimes breaking stuff is the answer. And it's fun too.
Spider-Man, it's working. I'm starting to get a weak signal. It's garbled, but I picked up something about Fisk and outfit.
Fisk was the kingpin of crime, but he didn't deal in knockoff fashion. The sooner the system is fixed, the sooner we know what they're planning. Got it. Only one jammer left. What tall buildings in the district haven't I checked
Jesus
yet?
Christ, this one's massive.
Found you.
Okay, I'm getting back into the flow. I need to remember to use my toolkit of all these other different webbing
Okay,
types.
that's the last of them.
It's
The
just...
system should be back online.
It's just, I don't remember their
The
placement.
crime system's working again.
I have to open it and look
Any more
at it
info on Fisk's men or those
instead of
outfits?
just automatically hitting the
No,
direction I
but
need.
the system's reporting unauthorized activity down by the docks. I'm sending coordinates now.
I'll check it out. Gotta get to the docks before they escape.
Hey, buddy. Thanks.
Perfect.
This might give us another level, I think. I believe the reward for doing the side quest is 1,500. So, maybe? Woo! It's like the top 10 best feeling games to play.
Enough firepower for a small army. Whatever they're planning to do with those, it's nothing good. Gotta find out what those guns are for. Now what? You're in timeout.
Dano,
Surprise!
Spider-Man did this, and he's gonna pay for it. Oh, come on. Spider-Man's here.
Someone needs a nap.
Yeah.
Now maybe I can figure out what's going on.
Hey, bud.
Guns, prison guard uniforms, and spoofed ID cards. They were planning to bust Fisk out of the raft.
Oh.
Sorry to spoil your prison break, guys.
I'm in an ass-kicking mood. You won't do that twice. Look out!
Yeah, like, so many of these are just, like, distraction things and not actually things to take people out.
We'll take you alive or dead. This doesn't care. Look out!
Yeah, we need to get the other alt. Whoop.
You're gonna have a bad day.
There's other alts that we can do in here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh crap! Look out!
Oh yeah, that works on swords too. I forgot. That makes sense.
Looks like New York's finest have it from here.
Everything's clear on my end, too. Thanks for restoring the system, Spider-Man. I won't tell anyone you're piggybacking on it, but if you get caught, you're on your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to delete my selfies from the crime system servers.
Keep hitting that button. Dudes. Oh, yeah, we can make these. I didn't even forgot that was a function. Old school skill. Yeah, this move I never fucking do. What are all the rest of these? So this is like a lot more aerial combat. This is down on the ground. Okay, that seems useful, so let's... Oh, we need to. I wonder if they put the white on Spider-Man. Just because the nighttime, it's just easier to see the suit with that white spider. And the rest of the time, it's just a little too dark. Oh, wait. Backpack. Backpack.
I bought this used graphing calculator at a pawn shop. Stopped working in the middle of a trig exam. Huh, you get what you pay for.
Friends, I've just received an update on Adrian Toombs, aka the Vulture. Apparently, this winged criminal has fallen ill with cancer, and he's been moved to the Raft's infirmary for treatment, which will undoubtedly cost a fortune in public funds. Now let me ask you, why do we even have an infirmary at the Raft? It's a supermax prison, full of maniacs. If they get sick, let nature take its course. Now I realize that's harsh, but so is my tax bill.
Yeah. I wonder how many people read Spider-Man and are like, you know what, J. Jonah Jameson is right. Spider-Man is the villain. And why are we paying for their medical treatment? Let them die.
All units, we have a vehicle pursuit in progress. Location is Little Tokyo. Over.
Can't believe I haven't slept since the Fisk takedown. Gotta start taking better care of myself.
What are you doing here so late?
Being homeless like everyone else. To do ya.
Hope May's couch is comfortable.
It is. That does not. Wait. Is that a fabric back with like fake leather seating? Bro, why are they using two different materials for the couch? I think it's more comfortable than leather. Keep on. Didn't even get a pillow or blanket, bro.
I can't take this.
You can and you will.
I'll pay you back. Soon.
Just ask for help next time. Oh, you are so much like Ben. You have to learn to swallow that Parker pride and accept that you're human, like the rest of us. Martin.
Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know I'm headed out of town. You're in charge while I'm gone.
Well, you can count on me. How long will you be away?
really don't know.
Is everything okay?
It's some personal business I've been planning for a while. But please take care of this place.
That's super vague and non-specific.
It
Thank you.
represents the best part of me.
Well, I guess I better get busy.
Hope Mr. Lee's okay. Hello?
Hey, did you see my story?
I did. Robbie must be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, it kind of went viral. And get this, Mayor Osborne just announced he's going to give Officer Davis an award this afternoon.
Wow. Wait, isn't Osborne's campaign rally this after? Oh, I see what he's doing.
Yeah, we all do. But still a pretty cool moment for Officer Davis and his family. I'll be there covering it. Wanna join me?
Yeah, of course. See you then.
Look at that. Yeah, I don't know. The nighttime just seems so dreary in the city. The daytime just feels so much better in this game than it does at night. And it's like, I don't know what they could do with the nighttime to make it feel less
taking money from May.
dour and depressing.
I should head out into the city and try to pay it forward.
Alright. Oh, there is another mission right there. I think we're going to call it a little bit early for today, guys. We didn't do too terrible much, and I went on like a 30-minute rant, but other than that, yeah, that is it for today. The end of day of 1,761 of streaming in a row. Tomorrow we're going to be continuing doing some more. Probably going to do that mission that's like right there. And then right back into the main story and push forward with that. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Like always, links down below for my Blue Sky, Twitter, and YouTube, where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And I'll see you all tomorrow. See you.